Good morning everyone, I'm Chucky 2009. Today we're going out to impulse buy yet another non-functional tractor. This one's semi-functional. They say it has a rod knock, so I'm planning a full engine rebuild, but it should be at least somewhat working. I figured I want to go pick this up with the dump trailer because it's got a nice low center of gravity and some good ramps. And so it's pretty much perfect for this. Going around the corner here, that's the good news. The bad news is it's like barely full of junk. It's probably about 10% capacity weight-wise, maybe like 15% in mass. I'm gonna build some wooden sides so we can really pile crap in here, but that's beside the point. Point is, we have to stop by the scrapyard on our way through town here, mainly just to dispose of this stuff. So it's out of the way. If there was any less crap in here, I would have just like dumped it in the yard and thrown it back in later, but you know, whatever. My girlfriend and I were looking through a book on old tractors because they're cool like that. And I was like, I always wanted one of those ever since I was a little kid. I want to get one and fix it up. And then the next morning eating breakfast on my computer, I'm just looking through the old Craigslist and I saw one for sale for like 800 bucks. Guy says he'll take 6. Tried to talk him down more, wasn't successful, but whatever. I still think it's a pretty good deal. So yeah, we're gonna go see what we can see. $36.40 for all that stuff. Not exactly a fortune, but again, literal trash, and not bad for him to make one little pit stop here. That's it. All right, so we got a tractor, 4 chains and a ratchet strap. We strapped down the hood so it's not like opening on the highway. And I think we are ready to hit the road. All right, so that was, to me, a really successful deal. The folks I bought this from, nice as could be, they got a really cool like homestead thing going on out in the sticks. They said they used to use this for mowing their land. I didn't ask because you don't ask people that, but it looks like right around there's probably like 10 to 15 acres. I don't know if they have more somewhere, but it looks like it regularly mowed at least 10 or 15 acres. And the guy said he bought it about 15 years back, and about 7 years ago it started knocking and he parked it, and I guess just finally decided to sell it. So we got this thing loaded up. The truck barely even knows this is back there. This is really cool. This is like my regular viewers know I went from an F-150 to this 350 with the 6.7 diesel. That trailer weighs just under 5,000 pounds empty, plus this trailer is this tractor is somewhere between 4,000 and 6,000 pounds. So that could be as much as 11,000 pounds, probably more like 8 or 9. And like I said, the truck barely even knows it's back there. It's actually pulling smoother with the tractor than it did without coming up. And we're going at 68 miles an hour at a whopping 1,600 engine RPMs while getting the same mileage that my old gas F-250 got empty while we're pulling all that back there. So, and the truck doesn't even feel like it's working. So really happy. This is, I think this is the first like noteworthy load I've pulled behind this thing since I've had it, just for a couple months. So yeah, we got this thing. We're probably about 2.5 hours away from home now, probably closer to 3. We're all the way like out by Wichita Falls, or somewhat close. And so yeah, it's time to start putting these miles away. Then we're gonna get home and actually take a good look at this thing and see exactly what the heck I've gone an impulse buy. Well, I hope at least one set of these brakes work. All right, please raise me slowly. Oh, that goes fast. Roll. Oh. If it goes too fast, put it down. Roll. I am king of gravity. Oh boy. Oh, hey, brakes work somewhat.
Oh, that's good.
Front tire not even rolling. Oh no, don't run out of steam here. Not on the ramps. Wheel chock's already in place. Can't ask for anything better. Oh, you guys are getting rambunctious. No, you can't climb on my chains. Frig off. All right, so I'm a pretty happy goat because I've acquired this thing. This is a somewhere in the 1960s Fordson. What the heck is this thing? Fordson Dexta. So this is, from what I understand, it's a Ford 2000. I understand even a lot of parts interchange. It's basically a British-built Ford 2000. And a bunch of these somehow ended up getting imported to the US, among other places. And it's my newest restoration project because we all know that the secret to financial success is buy a bunch of crap that you don't actually need and don't really have adequate time for working on, but you acquire it anyway. Yeah, so basically this thing is a 4-speed transmission, 3 forward and 1 reverse. So this thing's a 4-speed transmission, 3 forward and 1 reverse with a high-low range, which basically makes it essentially an 8-speed. The goats are really interested in this. They have to climb all over everything. It's one of their biggest pleasures in life. So yeah, we got that. Brakes don't really work well. They do have some life to them. Maybe it's just an adjustment. So I think this is an earlier model of these things because it's got not a live PTO. So this is like, you know, you need this operating clutch, this overrunning clutch. There we go. Because otherwise when you push in the clutch, if you're mowing, the centrifugal portion of the mower pushes the back half of the tractor forward for a while. It also has drum brakes, which I'm not too pleased to see, but whatever. You know, I understand. I'm told at least the later ones, they were like internal inside the machine, like modern equipment. But you know, whatever. I bought this thing, like I said, $600 or I think it was $600, maybe $650. And I think the back tires alone are worth most of that. The guy said he bought this thing, fixed it up, used it. He bought it like 15 or 20 years ago and rebuilt the engine and bored it out to Super Dexta, which is the next tractor up's dimension. So we got this the Sims 3-cylinder, you know, pump on the side of this Perkins little diesel here. And yeah, I don't really know what I'm going to do with this. It was more or less an impulse buy. You know, it needs a few things. Obviously, probably an engine rebuild. Probably going to have a crankshaft ground, put in new bearings. And needs some leaks stopped up. The gears in the back feel tight. I'm not going to mess with that because this thing might roll back. But we got that going on. It does seem to have some leaks. I don't actually know what that lever is. That one beside the clutch. I'm thinking maybe it's a PTO lever. But as you can see, it's been leaking a little there. PTO seal appears to be leaking, but that's a pretty... What are you even doing? PTO seal appears to be leaking, but that's a pretty common deal. Let's see, genuine farmer fix welds under multiple coats of paint. Yeah, so we got this. It's a smaller tractor. I think it's a little smaller than the Mahindra actually, but this will soon be my only smaller tractor, you know, other than that one. And unlike that little Ford 800 industrial tractor, this one has a PTO and a 3-point hitch, so I can actually use it for things. Plus it's a diesel, which is nice. And I actually have some plans for this as well. But this is going to be a lot more useful, probably see a lot more hours when I expand my, you know, when I buy some property here in the next while. And so yeah, I'm really looking forward to working on this thing. I will say, don't get your hopes up too much. I'm not going to mess with this until that tractor is probably running, but for certain a lot further than it is. And until I put like the finishing touches on the Seitoa. It still needs its hood and like some cables replaced and stuff, but nothing major, hopefully. So, you know, it's all here. It's solid. It's one of those parked when, or ran when parked deals there. Although, like I said, a little bit of a rod knock. 4 good tires, although one of them, I think it needs a tube just from sitting. Like, we look at this tire, it's not all weather cracked and everything, but it won't even hold pretty much any air for even like the probably 4 hours it took us to get home. So we got that, but yeah, it's all here. It's been converted to a Delco alternator. That's always really nice to see, and I'm really looking forward to messing with this little old British Ford tractor. I think this fender's like bent down. I'd expect there to be more clearance between the tires than that, but you know, whatever. Yeah, this is, like I said, it's basically a British Ford 2000, and I got to read up on my Perkins engines, and I guess probably just buy a whole overhaul kit for this thing while we're in there anyway. So yeah, really looking forward to fixing this up. Once again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more. Don't really know what the heck I'm gonna do with this thing, but I'm looking forward to finding out. So yeah, subscribe to follow the project if you feel so inclined. Have a nice day, everybody. Cheers.